I need to mute that, but we are recording.
Awesome. Yep.
Okay, mute that. And when the chat starts, if you want to just type in there and say hi, if you want to, it's no big deal. Just feel free to be yourself, be comfortable.
All right, cool.
Okay, chat is up. We have 6 viewers, but I don't see. Okay, they're coming. Hello, Pamela. How are you? Welcome to Denture Talk. As many of you know, we have a special guest. It's Chandler B. He does have a YouTube channel. He wants to share his story. I definitely want to hear it. Can help out a lot. Hello, Sheila. Hey, Doug. How are y'all? I'll let you say.
Hey, Sheila. Hey, Doug. Hey, Pamela. How you doing? Awesome.
Oh gosh. Hey, sweet lady V. How are you? So if you have any questions, they're saying hi. Just definitely leave them in the comment section. We'll get to them. But whenever you're ready, Chandler, you can go ahead and start, and I'll follow you.
Okay, cool. So my denture journey started, well, I guess you could say I've needed dentures for probably almost 10 years. But it really didn't come to like realization for me until about 6 to 9 months ago. It was kind of, I would get sick very quickly. It would just all of a sudden hit me and I'd get sick. And the last time I got sick was in February or March of 2018. And I was bedridden for probably over a month. Couldn't even get up out of bed. It was probably the sickest I've ever been, easily the sickest I've ever been. It was bad. When I finally did get into a dentist to finally see a dentist, they were like, yeah, this is not good. You've got some infections. And, the first place I went was Aspen Dental. It's really close to me. And I was like, I'll try them out. I've heard good things and I've heard bad things, but I like to always try stuff. So I tried them out, and they were nice and everything. They were really helpful and stuff, but that's when it started to hit me. It kind of scared me a little bit because there was even the possibility of like cancer could be involved. There was a bunch of bone problems that I had just went on so long. I had neglected my oral hygiene and my oral health for so long. And, some of it's genetic too, but like I said, my grandfather needed dentures when he was 18. He had his teeth pulled when he was 18 years old. And, I was probably due for the same thing, but I'm 28 now, so I waited a little too long. When Aspen first looked at me, they quoted me at around, it was almost $16,000 to get all the work done I needed done. They were just kind of like racking up different things I needed done. And I was really discouraged at the time because it was like, I don't have $16,000, just to go shell it out. Who does, right? So, I thought about it for a while. I really wanted implants, but those are even more expensive. So I tried a few other dentists out. I had some friends of mine who knew some people, and they were like, hey, this one dentist, he's in my local town. He heard about your case and he wants to see you. And so I was like, awesome. Well, I'll go see what he says, And when I went there, he was really cool. And he was like, yeah, we can help you out. I'll get you into an oral surgeon, and, you can get checked out. And it come to find out, it ended up only, like, I went and finally saw the oral surgeon, and he was like, yeah, we can do this. No problem. I was like, really? I was like, everyone else I've been told by was like saying my case was like the worst they'd ever seen. And I was like beyond help almost, you know, I was like so discouraged at that point. But he was like, yeah, no problem. And I was like, are you sure? Because he said like alveoplasty was needed and I might have cysts in my sinuses and all this crazy stuff. And he was like, no, you're fine, dude. Like it's cool. We'll get them all out. It'll be fine. You'll be good. So a month went by and I got my teeth pulled. At that time, he quoted me like $6,000, which is still a lot of money, but $10,000 less than what Aspen had quoted me. I was like, awesome. I can work that. I can deal with that. And when I finally went back in to get my extractions done, they were like, hey, we ran your insurance again, and it's only going to cost you around $4,000. So it was even less than what it was the second time around. So that was awesome. As far as extractions went pretty smooth. You know, it's not a fun experience. I'm not going to lie to anybody. It's not a fun experience, but it needed to happen. You know, when you get to that point where you're in pain all the time, you'll do anything to get away from it. And even that includes taking all your teeth out. And that's what I needed to do. And I'm much better off for it. I'm much happier now. Extractions had to be done in 2 separate days. You know, it was just a lot to do in one day. I still have my wisdom teeth, but I'm much happier now. And Russell Klein I got my V's through Russell Klein, and they're awesome. I love them. They're awesome. So, excuse me. But yeah, that's the gist of the whole story. If anybody has any questions or anything like that, I'm open to them. I'll try to pay attention to the chat more now that I'm kind of done with my story. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay, I do have some questions that I did take. Someone did ask why Russell Klein.
Why Russell Klein?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was one of the first. Margaret, one of your videos was one of the first videos I've ever watched, and I was looking for cheaper alternatives to dentures because they were quoting me. I think the cheapest dentures I could go with were around $3,000 from my dentist, and I was like, you know, it would cut quite a bit off the cost if I could find somewhere that could, you know, do them for less. And I heard about online dentures, and when I searched up online dentures on YouTube, I ran across you, Margaret, and talking about Russell Klein and stuff like that. At the time, I didn't know about Joe's, and that might be something I'd try in the future. Not because I'm unhappy with Russell Klein's stuff at all, like only out of curiosity would I even do that, and I might not even do that. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with my Russell Klein's.
No, I've had that thought too. You know, he does make beautiful smiles. I'm not going to sit here and diss that man and what he does, because they're both talented, crafty. Everyone's saying hi to you.
I see. Hi, everybody. Sorry if I miss you.
Here's a question. How did you feel days before E-Day?
How did I feel days before E-Day? I was so ready to get it done. In my case, I was so ready to get it done that I had had enough of my teeth. I was ready to be over it and out. I did get a little nervous, like walking back to the room. Like that's when it all kind of hit me. It was like, whew, okay, now it's time. I was honestly, up until that point, I was more excited than anything. You know, for some people, it affects different people differently. Like today, my wife, I hope she doesn't mind me talking about it, but she got 2 extractions done today. She's getting some dental work taken care of now. And, you know, I talked her through a lot, hopefully to help, you know, ease any anxiety that she might have. And I think it helped a little bit, you know, so.
That's always extra important or nice to have that in the home support, you know, that really does help and ease the mind. I know I was scared, but then again, I was so ready to get mouth healthy. I always had that what if I don't wake up kind of more than anything, you know. But
oh, absolutely. Yeah, I should go back because that is one of the things I was really nervous about. I had never been put under before, and some people say like you're really not out, but you don't remember it. You're pretty much asleep. I'd never done that before. And so that did make me nervous. And so I opted to stay awake. And looking back on it, I probably would have chosen to go to sleep because it wasn't like super painful or nothing. It was uncomfortable, but like I said, I wasn't able to get all my extractions done in one day because I just couldn't get numb enough. He had used so much up top, and he finished the top. And had I been asleep, I probably would have had it all done in one day and been out. And but going to sleep made me a little more nervous, so I thought it'd be best to stay awake.
So how long did it take? I think mine took 3 hours, a little over 3 hours, but they put me under.
Yeah, combined both days that I went, I think the first day was roughly 2.5, almost 3 hours. And then the second day was really quick because I only had 7 teeth left on the bottom at the second day. So the second day was like super quick. It was like the longest part was waiting. It was like, okay, go sit and wait in the waiting room, and then go back, sit in the chair for a little bit. We're gonna numb you up, and they let me sit, get numb, and then the teeth were out in like 5 minutes. But I think the first day was like 3 hours, but it was probably more like 15 minutes to a half an hour for the second day, to be honest. But it felt like 5 minutes compared to the first day.
So no regrets at all?
No. It's different. It's something you got to get used to. And like the hardest part I'm having is the palate, getting used to the palate, something on the roof of your mouth all the time. It's weird. It's just different. But it will go away. And, maybe one day I'll try a horseshoe denture or something. If I still have problems with it later, those look kind of comfortable. So I am having to use adhesive. So who knows? We'll see what happens in the future.
They're definitely hitting it in the chat room.
Oh, yeah, they are.
See that?
Let's see. Caprice Parks, mine 45 minutes of sleep. Sarah, I was surprised he even gave me the option to stay awake. I thought this is something I'm going to have to be put out for. And I was like, I'm kind of dreading that. And he was like, well, you can be awake or asleep. Doesn't really matter. He was like totally cool with it. He was like, no big deal, bro. Like, we got this. And, he knew what he was doing, and he was fine.
But that makes me think, when you went to your regular dentist checkup, or if you had to have a cleaning or anything, they numbed and they shot your gums. It makes me think of that where you hear the scraping and everything. That's what it makes me think when you say you're awake. I'm like, what?
Yeah. It is weird. The noises you're going to hear if you stay awake for it, they're not normal noises you want to hear coming out of your mouth. But just know, like, if you're about to do it, if you're one of those people that are about to go through with your extractions, it's something, it is going to better your life. Trust me. It won't feel like it for like at least a week. But at least for me anyway, in my case, like I always say, everything I say or talk about is like my case only, and everybody's different. But it's definitely worth it. It is. I'm so much happier, have a lot more energy and everything, like I said. So let's see.
That is so true. You definitely feel it in your body. You definitely feel that. Once all that poison's out, you definitely feel that in your body. I know a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? But if your gums are not healthy, your body's not going to be healthy.
Yeah, you notice the difference once you're finally healthy. It's like night and day. I didn't realize how much pain I was in. It was like everybody I watched on YouTube, because I did all the research I possibly could. Like I watched a ton of your videos. I watched a ton of Donna's videos, a ton of Bill's videos, just trying to find anything I could to prepare myself. And, I realized I was in pain all the time. And then as soon as I got out of the chair, on my way home, I was still kind of numb, but even after I got the numbness wore off, I was like, all that pain's gone. It was different. It was soreness, but all that nerve pain, all that toothache pain was gone, and it was great. I was like, the first thing I ate was a Frosty from Wendy's, and I was like, I haven't eaten this in years, and I was like cramming it down.
I do want to welcome everyone. I see y'all in there. Hey, Pamela, just saying. Josie, what's up? Caprice, everyone. Wow. The pulling and tugging freaking me out. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's nerve wracking. You know, it's not, like I said, it's not something you normally hear come out of your mouth, but it's honestly, like, he did my whole top and I didn't even know it. Like, he numbed me up and everything, and that was the weirdest part. I never had the roof of my mouth numb before, so like I kind of felt like I was going to choke. But I thought he only pulled like 3 or 4 of my uppers, and he was like, "Okay, top's done." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Oh yeah, you're done on top." And so you know, just know, like, it does end, and like once you get through it, you don't got to do that part of it again. You know, you're moving on to a whole nother part of the adventure, you know? So
I have a question myself, being that I love to watch your channel. The Pro Salt, you had added the second application 2 weeks ago? Was it 2 weeks ago or so?
yes, it's going on 3 weeks, but it's roughly 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
So how's it going?
It's going great. I've noticed, like, I'm still really early. I'm like maybe a month and a half out now, almost, from my extraction date. And you know, you're going to have shrinkage a lot for a while. So I do notice like shrinkage. Like I said, I got to wear adhesive now with it to make it stay in because I shrink so quick. I do think maybe I healed up quicker than normal, and so like my shrinkage is happening faster and faster every week, and I have to, like, you know, use some adhesive in there. But I actually really enjoy having the adhesive in there. It holds it in there really well and gives me a little bit extra cushion, you know, or something. So
I mean, that's how I feel. If I have to use one day adhesive, then that's okay. It's not much to ask, really, compared to what we've been through. You know what I'm saying? That's small fries.
oh,
Hello,
absolutely.
Megan. Hi, Sue. How are you guys? I don't remember them putting in the stitches at all. Had a full mouth of them, though. Yeah, they feel like whiskers, those stitches do.
Yeah, they do. It's weird. I had the dissolvable kind. And so I didn't have to go back to get them taken out or nothing like that. But yeah, it's weird having them in there because you feel them. You know, if you ever take your dent, you don't feel them so much with the dentures in, but once you take them out, you can feel them moving around in there and stuff. And it, you know, I looked at the inside of my mouth like maybe 3 or 4 days in. I didn't even want to look at it until then, and I was like, it looks so much worse than it is. Like, it looked awful. Like, my swelling looked pretty bad in some of my other videos from early on, and I never showed the inside of my mouth after extractions because it was pretty gross. Like, I didn't even want to look at it. But it looks so much worse than it actually is. It actually wasn't bad at all. For me, anyway, I should say. Like I said, everybody's different. So my wife right now just had 2 extractions and she's sore. She's kind of sore. They had trouble getting one of her front ones out, and it depends on how easily they come out too. I think if they have to work on them more, you know, it's going to cause more irritation in that area. But
I think that's an important part, to just keep an eye on while you're healing, gum healing. To, of course, you got to clean very gently, but you have to pay attention. Watch for any kind of infections or anything like that, especially after the first day, second day, maybe the week. You got to really watch yourself.
yeah, I looked at it real close and stuff. I was really itching to try to use the Pro Soft, and so I was like, how good am I? How good am I? Am I closed up yet? No, not yet. But I was being I was being extra careful, you know, and making sure I didn't, you know, I just cleaned everything out. They gave me a couple syringes to irrigate, you know, the sockets out and stuff, and that helps. And you know, I'm a smoker, so that was rough. I honestly, I will not ever tell anyone it's okay to do it, but I smoked the day after my extractions, and that's extremely not okay to do. I can't, you know, ever sit here and say, "Oh yeah, it's okay. You know, you'll be fine." No, don't do it. I was extremely careful, and it was mostly just out of the habit of feeling like I needed to go, you know, smoke something. So.
I'm sure that was hard for a lot of people, you know, because it is a habit, you know, and you just went through something life changing. Okay, I want to see some of these comments real quick.
Yeah, Capri salt water is best friend. I use a lot of salt water.
So, are you still healing, gum healing, Chandler?
For the most part, no.
You're fully. Have you tried Dr. Berlin's products, the Clean Dent paste?
No.
What is wrong with you people? I'm gonna send you some. If you feel comfortable enough to send me your information, I will send you some. It is good for your oral care and your denture care.
That'd be awesome.
You can have your dentures in your mouth and just like it's real cool, but you know,
that'd be awesome.
It's good for your mouth. Hey Chantel, hello. Another Russell Klein smile. Okay. Yes, I looked at my gums. I'm still looking at my gums. She's still looking at. I don't. Not all the time. No, not like I used to.
I only do now just because it's so early on still, and they are bumpy. Like mine are still pretty bumpy all over, and I've got like bone spurs still poking out once in a while. So I do look at them just to like evaluate. Okay, you know, where's that at? You know, just checking it out.
There was a question. Still use salt water? Should I at 35 days out?
I mean, I don't know what you think, Margaret, but I use salt water even before extractions, and you could use it, I think, as a mouthwash if you wanted to, because I think it kills bacteria. But you know, do you have to? 35 days out, I would say you don't have to. I don't think you could, but I ended up switching to a Oragel mouthwash that had actually I used it throughout the whole healing process because it doesn't have alcohol in it. I try to avoid alcohol of any kind while you're healing, so that's what I switched to after, you know, day 3 or 4.
Again, in case you missed it, Donna is not here because she is under the weather. After the live stream, go over there and give her some love on her channel. I'm sure she's lurking. Maybe she's sleeping. I don't know. But we are thinking about you, Donna. Okay, let's see.
Yes, Pamela. Bone spurs. They can they're not that much fun. Some people get them worse, other people don't. I think it somewhat depends on just the way your bones are shaped and the way your extractions went. But I've gotten probably 10 so far, to be honest with you. They're super tiny. Like when you look at them, I did one video, like just showed one on the end of my finger, you know, and it looks super tiny. And people were like, dude, come on. Like that little thing, like that. I was like, no, that little thing feels like it's like the size of my fist in there just punching me, you know? So.
No, that's true. Hey, Francisca. Oh, gosh. Hey, how are you? Sarah, if you're leaving, thank you for stopping by. Tilt your camera down. Get to your arcades. Oh, you want to see my arcades? In your face? No. I forgot what I was going to say. I hate when it happens. Yeah, the bone spurs or anything that gets under your denture, between your denture and gums, like it feels like it's a, it could be just a grain of salt or pepper, but it feels like some big stuff up under there because it hurts. It hurts a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Pamela, I'm guessing it was around 10. I never kept count of how many I had, but it was quite a few. I know within like the first 2 weeks, I had like 6. And they all kind of came at once, though. It was like I didn't have any for the first week and a half. And then all of a sudden it was like they all started poking through anywhere where there was like sharper bone or bone that was poking up anywhere. Those, your jaw starts to level itself out. It's starting to erode down a little bit, making everything level again. And those sharp points poke through and break off, and then they're gone. And it feels so much better once they're gone.
Yeah, I didn't get any bone spurs until I got my dentures because I went a whole year with nothing, no teeth at all. But that's when I got, I think it was 2, maybe 3, not all at the same time, thank goodness, but those little suckers hurt.
Yeah, I think wearing dentures definitely, brings them out because you got pressure getting pushed on them and stuff. Even though you're eating on your gums and everything like that, food's soft, dentures are usually hard, and you got pressure getting pushed down on them all the time and stuff like that. So it tends to bring them out.
This is Chandler. He has a YouTube channel. I will post the link again right now. He's just up here sharing his journey. If y'all have questions, definitely ask him. He's here. And he'll be back too. Won't you, Chandler? I'm messing.
Yes, I would be very happy to be back. And thank you for having me, by the way. I never said that before I started. But, and thank you guys all for joining in. I really appreciate it.
Well, I'm just glad you're here. I'm glad you're here to share your journey. My son's name is Chandler.
That's awesome. I honestly don't meet too many people with the name Chandler. Maybe 1 or 2 other people I've ever met have had the name Chandler. The last name, a lot of people have the last name Chandler, but as a first name, usually no. One of them was a girl, even that I met. Her name was Chandler.
I'm just getting your channel so I can share it.
Yeah, you're good. I'm checking out the chat.
Okay, I shared his channel, so y'all go subscribe. I mentioned this before. Hey, wait a minute. Sue, ask a question. I don't know if I fixed it. The last few streams, Chandler, people would ask questions and they wouldn't come through. Somebody ask a question. He's quite handsome. Oh, Jesus.
That's my wife chiming in.
That's just for you anyway. That's why I muted it.
I thought she might hop on here and try to embarrass me a little bit.
Welcome, just saying.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, can someone ask a question to see if that's even working? That would be terrible. Where is Dawn? There's a question. Where is Donna this evening, Margaret? She is under the weather. She is not feeling good. She made a video earlier letting us know she did not feel good. So y'all show her some love. Hey, Chandler, I just subscribed. Yeah, y'all show him some love too. He's got a good channel. His journey's helping a lot of people.
Thank you for subscribing. I do appreciate it. It is, I didn't start the channel to try to get as many subscribers as I could. or become popular and everything like that. But I don't think any of us did. I think it was just to help other people as best we could. And, but to be acknowledged is awesome. That's always nice. It makes me, gives me a little more confidence for future videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can ask the question here, but I don't know if they're getting through. If you can't get the question through, go to my Messenger or Facebook. You can write it on Facebook, and I'll read it to Chandler if you want. I don't know what's going on with that, Chandler.
Yeah, that's odd. That's weird. Wow, all the way from Taiwan. Well, welcome. Thank you for tuning in.
Okay, Megan said she asked a question twice, but I didn't see it. And that's weird. Some questions are coming through. I don't understand that. I'm going to have to look more into it. Top chat. Live chat. Okay. Somebody asked another question. I think I fixed it, maybe. I'm so sorry, guys. So let's about Russell Klein, Chandler. What's his experience? How did you feel about that going through him?
It was really good. It was he's extremely professional but really, really knows his craft very well. He definitely has a gift for doing what he does because it's kind of like artwork. You have to get him looking just right, and he is really good at it. And every time I converse with him on Etsy, super polite, always answered every question I had. You do have to be patient with him. He's a busy guy. For me, he responded like once a day. It was obvious that it was like, okay, he's checking his messages at this time of day, and because he's busy, he's got a lot of clients that are, wanting his dentures, and that's awesome. So you do have to be a little bit patient with him, but trust me, it's worth the wait.
How did your wife feel about you getting your dentures through the mail?
About getting them through the mail. Well, they were everybody I've told so far until they saw them were like, is that a good idea? Like, you're gonna end up with like these buck teeth looking things, and or something like that. There was just no one's ever heard of doing dentures online before. Like, that's a fairly new thing, I think. But after they saw them and they after they're in, they were like, oh my gosh, they look really good. Like, they loved them. So, and I loved them right away. Like, I was determined to make them work, regardless of what I had to do. So I prepared, I bought a couple of things of ProSoft, to make sure they would fit and everything.
Yeah, I think that anyone that's about to start their mouth healthy journey, no matter where they're going to get it, do your research. Especially once you set that appointment for your e-day, definitely start doing your research, whether it's here on YouTube, find your support group on Facebook, Google, whatever you have to do. Just get you some support. If you have in-home, a wifey, husband, whatever, just that's even awesome, It helps too.
Yes, definitely having the support there. I found the Denture Talk group on Facebook maybe a month and a half prior to my extractions, and it helped out. Even though I didn't chime in on everything, I was new. I was kind of being shy and stuff. I didn't chime in on anything. I was able to watch what the people were going through and be like, oh, this isn't that abnormal, for me to get my teeth out. I am a younger guy, so I don't usually meet too many people my age who've had their, teeth extracted. So to get on there and see that there are other people out there, plenty of other people out there my age who have had to have their teeth out. It's not that unheard of, but I just hadn't heard of it in person before. But having that support there definitely helps, especially after extractions. For me, like the mental part of it was honestly harder than the physical part of it. It was very mentally draining, and I wasn't expecting that as much. I prepared for everything I could physically, everything I could think of, I prepared for. I watched every video I could think of, but the mental part of it, it's rough getting all your teeth out that you've had your entire life. It's kind of sucks to watch them go. Like you're kind of like, oh, there they go, and that's it, But at the same time, I hated them. They tried to kill me, so they need to go away.
There was a question for you, Chandler. What adhesive have you used?
Yeah, sorry, Sue. The adhesive I'm using right now, anyway, is Fixodent Ultra, just the paste. Right after I started using it, I made a quick video saying how I loved it and everything. And I still really like it, but people did comment on that video and said, I don't like it because it is stringy. It is kind of, it's really, really tacky. So it makes it work really good. It doesn't come out at all. But when I do finally get it out, I've got to constantly scrape the roof of my mouth and try to scrape it out and stuff like that. I can deal with that, so I'm still doing that right now. But I do see what people are saying. I understand that part of it.
Yes, powder. I'm going to scroll up here and see. I wonder if Sue's question came through because she is mod. Should I just mod everybody? Not really. Not. No way. Hey, Debbie, how are you? It's good to see you here. Jennifer, Jan. I'm just trying to see if there's any other questions for Chandler. Fixodent Max Hold really is working for you. Good. I've never tried any of the Fixodent.
There are some videos on YouTube you'll find where people kind of badmouth it because it has zinc in it, which some people don't want to have certain ingredients because they're watching what they put in their body and stuff. That's perfectly understandable, and I applaud them for that. For me, it just wasn't a big deal. So, but it's kind of funny because like I put it in my mouth, and once it's in there for a while, I almost can kind of taste the zinc in it. It's really weird. Like there's almost like a penny taste to it after a while. I'm not sure if that's just me or if that's actual zinc in it. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never used it long enough. I do it for demos, and that's about it. Wow. I like the adhesive. Dr. Berlin, let me see some. Yeah, I was just checking to see if I had any adhesive left, and I don't. But I'm going to send you some Cleanadent, Chandler, and the Cleanadent crystal.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
This is for soaking your dentures in.
That'd be awesome.
You'll love it.
Like right now, all I'm using is Polydent overnight whitening, and then Polydent smokers. I kind of alternate between the two, and it's working fine. Like it works good, but I'm always open to trying different stuff. That's a lot of fun.
You will like it. I highly recommend the Cleanadent paste. That's for sure. It's my favorite. Fixodent. It's not working on the bottoms. I think a lot of people have problems with that lower.
I use I just follow the back of the tube on it, and for me, it works okay for right now. Anyway, on the bottoms, I can't even get my bottoms to move right now. I'd have to like pry them out to get them out, which is awesome. I'm not gonna mess with something that's working.
That's funny. Hey, Donna, welcome. Good to see you here, sweetheart. Chandler, Chantel said that she has an extra adhesive in. If you want it, it's up to you. It's adhesive from Dr. Berlin.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like I said, I'm always open to trying new stuff, and especially if it doesn't have that stringiness to it when you go to take it out. I like it to hold well and everything, and I'll deal with that. But I prefer if it didn't do that. It's kind of messy. Hi, Don. I hope you're feeling better.
Chantel, just do you want me to place your email in the chat, or how do you feel about that? Are you comfortable with that? So Chantel can send.
Yeah.
Y'all can.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that all right? Okay. Well, I want to ask, make sure it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I have a couple different emails. That's the one I use for stuff like this. So. Paula, so you're having issues with your lower staying in while you're eating. I had the same problem, but the way a lot of my videos, like I mentioned, a lot of my issues were solved with a soft reline. I did it at home with using ProSoft, and that solved a lot of my issues. That kind of gets it really close to fitting, and then I use the adhesive on that to make it stay. I don't know if that would help your case though. It just depends.
I don't wear anything in my lower at all. I'm wearing Denture Fit, not because I need it. It's just to, some people just think they know it all. That's all I'm gonna say.
it does. I've heard that it gives it a little more grip. Even if it, like Bill said in a lot of his videos, he will use Denture Fit on his dentures, even if they fit fine. He said that it gives them a little bit better grip than just the smooth texture of the, acrylic and stuff. So I could understand that.
Yeah, it's an awesome product. It really is. It's just, and I do have that good, it gives me that good gum grip, just perfect. But I really don't need it. It's just, I'm trying to prove a point. And so.
I'm going to try it. I'm just waiting for my shrinkage to kind of slow down. I don't want to go, spend $50 on something that I'm only going to use for like a couple weeks. I'd rather be able to get the full use out of it, basically.
No, I understand that. I understand that completely. That's a lot of people feel the same way. If you're going to put your money down, you really got to know. But even if I say it works perfect for me, doesn't mean it's going to, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, I get that. That's what I try to say in all my videos. It just depends on everyone's situation and how they're doing it. There's a lot of variables, and a lot of denture related stuff. Everybody has different standards. Everybody has different pain tolerances, and some things that might be okay for me, like I can deal with the stringiness of the Fix-A-Dent. Other people that bothers, that's a no-go for them. They're like, nope, throwing that bottle out. It's just for them. It just depends.
Hey, Donna, do you have any questions for Chandler while you're in here, sweetheart? Chandler, what was I going to ask you? I hate that. You know when you say your name, when I was like, Chandler B is going to be on, it sounds like a singer or something. Like, what is that? Who was that flute player? Um, Kenny G? Or who is that? You think of, I don't know.
Oh, that's great. A lot of what I get is like, I'll tell somebody my name and they'll be like, oh, like from the show Friends, right? And I'm like, I was born way before that show came out, bro. Like, they stole it from me. That's my name. And yeah, but no, I laugh. I think it's funny.
Paula says we each have to find what works for us. Lots of trial and errors. In the meantime, scrolling up. You are so correct, Paula. That's just part of the denture. Being a denture wearer, you have to try things and figure things out for yourself. You might get all the information you need about the issue, but overall, it's about what you learning on your own.
Yeah, there are a lot of aspects to it that, you know, you can watch all the videos you could possibly watch. Like I did. I watched a ton of stuff, and some things you can prepare for, and other things it's like, well, I kind of have to figure that one out, you know, for myself. You know, certain things that I even say on my channel, it's like, well, you know, like it with using ProSoft. I think I mentioned it while making my ProSoft, mixing up the stuff. You know, it says 10 seconds. You know, you just kind of have to make that judgment. It's around 10 seconds, but some people pour it in there when it's thinner, other people pour it in there when it's thicker. It's just kind of however you prefer it. It does work better at a certain consistency, but you know what I mean.
Okay, when you use the ProSoft, that's a good product too. I wore that for a while. That is a good reliner. The taste, the smell doesn't linger like the taste did. How did you handle that? Did you soak in a certain thing?
Um, yeah, the smell wasn't bad at all. Like it has a little bit of a smell to it. That goes away. The taste, yeah, the taste is difficult to get used to. Um, I didn't really do much for it. I mean, I soaked my dentures in polydent, you know, and that has a little bit of a minty smell to it, and it cleans it and everything. And I also scrub my dentures with dish soap as well. So I think that helps a little bit. But I've heard like baking soda and water will help get that, you know, that flavor out of them. And I don't know if it subsides over time or if I just get used to it, because I don't even taste it anymore. Like I think it's gone, but it could just be that I'm kind of getting used to it. I don't know. And I've had this in 2.5-ish weeks now. So
I'm trying to think. The taste only lingered for like maybe 48 hours, but I soaked in baking soda like she recommended. I think on the instructions it says baking soda or soda, if I'm not mistaken, on the ProSoft instructions, because they're very aware of the taste.
yeah, it's you know, I've never had a reline done at a dentist's office, but I've heard that that's what it smells and tastes like. Kind of, you know, it's kind of very similar to that. I think it does say in the instructions like baking soda or soda, you know, Pepsi or something like that. You could soak them in, and it'll help take that flavor out if it bothers you a lot. Um, for me, it just wasn't that big a deal because I was so happy to have a fully fitting denture finally. Um, Early on, like I had trouble getting my dentures to fit. That's no fault of Russell's or anyone's fault at all, really. That's just kind of how the immediate denture game goes. It's not, you know, you make that before you get your extractions done. It's not going to be perfect, you know, until way later. So, like I said, the soft reline really saved saved me.
I did add the Perma Laboratories website in case y'all want to go check it out. Right, Melissa, she's awesome. They do make PermaSoft and the ProSoft. I've used both, but I do love the ProSoft better. And the taste, Donna, it does, you get that smell of a nail salon, but that ain't really nothing to me. It didn't last very long anyway.
The dentist realized tastes like you barked a nail salon. That's great. It's not great. It's bad, but you know what I mean. It's funny.
She's speaking the truth. Not that I had a professional one, but I'm just saying, that's Donna for you. And I do want to say, Chandler, that I'm glad that you decided to continue. You went back on Facebook. I mean, especially Denture Talk, um, and your YouTube channel. You're just more active, it seems. And that's good because a lot of people don't think they're going to help someone, but you will. You're going to help. We see a lot of women out here, not enough men. You know what I'm saying? Just saying, a lot of men need your help, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I left Facebook for a little bit. I was having issues with some of it was me, like I said in one of my video explaining that. Some of it was me, some of it was the people, and you know, I had debated it for a while, just taking a little break, just having a little space, and every once in a while I get into this little mode where I just need my space for a little bit, and I had to take a little bit of a break. I was really only gone for like 3 or 4 days, but it felt like forever because I missed being on there and seeing the Denture Talk stuff, and late at night when I'm bored, I'd be scrolling through Facebook and stuff. I kind of miss doing that, so I got back on there. I've adjusted all my privacy settings so they're all different now, and that helps. But I've always had a problem with fighting depression, and I'll if I'm not careful and if I let stuff get to me too much, or if I linger on thinking on something too much, I'll just go into this depression and just blow everybody off. I kind of just shut off, and I can't do that. It doesn't do me any good to do that. I'll just stay in this hole if I do that. So I thought, well, I better get back to it and start helping out a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes, but focus on the positive, what you can do for others, and that's what keeps me going. I ain't quitting. Chandler, someone likes your mic, Megan said. Hey, Johnny.
Thank you, Megan. It's actually a fairly new mic. I just got back into my office studio room. I've been out of it for a while now. So I just got back into it, and this is probably where I'll start doing most of my videos from. It's just a little bit more of a quieter, more professional looking space. I'm you've noticed in probably my videos if you've watched them, it's like me sitting on my porch in my garage, just chilling out there with my phone, just be like, hey, but this is a little bit more professional looking.
Yeah, I'm getting jealous of you and Donna. She loves her mic. But yeah. What? Been hella crazy around here with Flo coming. Seeing fights already. What? I don't even want to know about it. Just throw your dentures at them and be done. Not really. Hey, Chandler, I don't know if you caught it in the Facebook group, but if you ever got in that moment and you were going to fight, there was a fight fixing to break down with you and someone else, would you just take your denture out, save them, or would you just frick it, let's go?
Oh, absolutely. I would definitely take my dentures out. I got to save them. And plus, it would just be a hilarious thing to do because I trained in martial arts for roughly 8 years. I hate fighting. I don't like to fight. I will never fight anybody, even though I know how. I will never do it. And somebody starts to pick a fight with me, that'd be hilarious. I'm just like, all right, bro, let's go. And just pop them out. Let's go, and yeah. And they would probably just run away. They'd probably just be like, all right, bro, I'm done. Like, we ain't doing this. Like,
They're talking about the storms. Yeah. We're fixing to get some serious storm over here, I think by Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all just be safe. Oh, Johnny. He's a little ninja.
yeah, I only ended up going to first degree in Taekwondo. I ended up getting all the way up to like, I want to say it was, I don't think I had any black stripes in my brown belt for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I was roughly around 5th or 4th rank in Kokushin. So it was a lot of fun. After that, I did all that stuff. I did some boxing and stuff, and did some kickboxing, and it was a lot of fun. It definitely keeps you in shape. I haven't done it in years. I don't even know if I could do a lot of stuff I did before. I did it throughout all my teenage years and everything like that. But it definitely keeps you in shape. I would love to get back to it though one day. Pamela, first rerun. Yes, definitely. I would even I'd have to tell you, running is definitely the better option if you can.
Okay. So those are just getting here. I'm going to post his Chandler's channel in the description. That way you can subscribe. Oh, that's pronounced up. Okay, hold on. And I don't know if, hold on a second. Hey, Chandler, did you hear about Russell Klein? He's going to do a website.
Oh, is he? That'd be awesome.
I know, I'm excited.
That'd be awesome. I mean, it was working good through just Etsy, but he's probably getting more popular, and it'd be awesome to see his own space.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see. I can't wait to see all that. Okay, is there any more questions for Chandler? All these dang ninjas in here. You see that?
I know they all come with woodwork now. They're hiding in the shadows.
Probably, yeah, right. That's funny. Okay.
Okay, good night, Donna. Thank you for coming in for a little bit. I hope to do a live stream with you sometime too.
Bye, Donna. Get you some rest. And yes, Chandler, you're welcome back anytime, whenever you want to come back. Just mess around, bullshit, whatever. Has anything funny or embarrassing happened while you've been at Denture?
I think the one time I was eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I don't think anybody saw it, but I was eating peanut butter and jelly, and this was before I started wearing. You're laughing because you already kind of know what's coming, I think. But I don't think anybody noticed. I wasn't wearing adhesive, and I took a big old bite of peanut butter and jelly, and I like a lot of peanut butter on my sandwich, and I let go, and the denture just stayed in the sandwich. It didn't. It just stayed closed on it. I was like, well, I'll just put my mouth back on that, and I just moved on like it didn't happen. I just kept going.
That's funny. Oh my goodness. It's just funny how a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to get dentures and that's it. Everything's going to be peachy keen. But it's a whole new thing of learning on so many levels, especially eating and certain things.
Oh, yeah. I was even a little bit of the same way. Like, I was kind of like, I can't wait to get my extractions done, and it's going to be over. It's far from over. Like, I don't want to discourage anybody. Like, you've taken a really big step in the whole process. So, pat yourself on the back for it. But just know that it's there's going to be a learning curve. It's different for everybody, but you got to relearn to do a lot of the stuff. That's part of the mental part of it for me was I kind of felt like a baby. I couldn't eat the stuff I wanted to eat. I had to bite the food different, and it hurt a little bit. It was sore, and so I had to watch what I ate. It's just a little bit depressing for a second. I was kind of like, but then I pushed that out. I was like, nope, can't be doing that. It's just gonna be not good.
All right, we're hitting on that time. Is there anything else anybody wants to discuss? We're about to. Hey, Joanne, what's up? Chandler, I do want to say thank you so much for joining us, sharing your journey, your beautiful Russell Klein smile. I do hope you come and join us again here or Chopper Chat.
Yes, absolutely. That would be a blast. I had a lot of fun. Thank you for having me. And thank you everybody for attending and showing up and asking me questions. You guys feel free to always ask me questions on my channel. That's what I love doing. If I can help, I will. If I don't know what I'm talking about, I'll just direct you to maybe somebody who does, or I'll tell you I don't know. One of the two.
So everyone have a good night. Be safe if you're in the way of the storm. Johnny, y'all take care. Everyone have a good night. And thank you again. And tell your wife, thank you for stopping by.
I sure will.
Maybe she'll join again with us. But everyone have a good night. And tell her to feel good. Healthy healing to her.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Good night, guys. Good night, Sue. Good night.